I'm going to go over the scoring system in tennis, from your points to your games to your set and the match. When you're playing a match, you're always going to start off on the right side of the center line and the deuce side. So your scoring for your points is love, well, we call it 0, 15, 30, 40, and then game. So we're starting off love, love, 0, 0. We're on the right side in the deuce. You serve, play out the point, and let's say at me as the server, I won that point. Now it's 15 love. We would have to shift to the left side of the center line and be on the ad side. Say I play this point, you play it out, I won that point as well. Now it's 30 love. Now remember that anytime you're playing and you're the server, you always call your score first. That's why I'm saying it's 30 love and not love 30. It's 30 love, I play out the third point, I lose. Now it's 30-15. Playing out this point, I lose again. Now it's 30-30. Play out the point, I win. Now it's 40-30. You always need to make sure as well that you're calling your score before you serve. This is imperative that you do. And this will kind of make sure that there won't be any issues with the scoring. All right, no disputes after the fact. So right now it's 40-30. If I win this next point, I win the game. I serve, played out the point, I lost. Now it's 40 all. When it's 40 all, we call this being deuce. When it's deuce, you have to win 2 consecutive points in a row, with the first point starting right here on the deuce side. So if I win this on this side, I would then have to win the second point on the ad. So I'm serving, playing out the point, I win. Now it's ad in. It's my ad as the server. We play out the point, I lost. So now we have to go back to deuce because I had to win 2 consecutive points in a row. Serve, play out the point, I lost. Now it's ad out. The returner is now 1 point away from getting this game. Ad in is for the server, ad out is for the returner. So it tells who has the ad point. Now, when I play out this point, let's say I win, you have to go back to deuce because now the returner didn't win 2 times in a row starting on the deuce side. So this will continue until someone wins 2 consecutive points. So play out the point, I win. Now let's add in, play out the point, I win my second one, that's game. So now I have 1 game. Now when you're playing, you have to win points in order to win a game. You have to win 6 games in order to win a set. And you have to win 2 sets in order to win a match. Most tournaments you go to are going to be best 2 out of 3 sets. Sometimes they'll have it to where the third set you would do a 10-point tiebreaker, and typically that's due to time constraints or the level of competition of the tournament. But basically that's how you do your scoring in tennis. When you were out there and you have to play a 7-point tiebreaker, this typically occurs when it's 6 all. So each person has won 6 games. Now in order to win the set, it's first to 6, but win by 2. So if it's 5 to 6 in your set, though someone has gotten to 6, they haven't won by 2. So your scoring would be something like 7-5, 6-4, and 6-3, 6-2, and 6-1. So if it's 6 all though, that's when you go to a 7-point tiebreaker to determine who's going to get that next game to make it 7-6 for the set. In your tiebreakers, and as well as your whether it's a 7 or a 10, you're still going to start on the right side of the center line on the deuce side. The first person will only get 1 point to serve. So let's say I serve, I miss my first serve, I serve my second serve, I get it in, we play out the point, and I lost. Now the score is 0-1. We no longer are going to be using terms like 15, 30, and 40 because we're in a 10 or 7-point tiebreaker. Right now we're in a 7-point tiebreaker in this scenario. So now I will have to come over here to the add. I would be the returner now because I served the first point. Now my opponent is going to serve for 2 points. And everyone after the first person is going to serve for 2 points. So I want you to take notice that after the first person serves, the second person is always starting on the add side for the first point of their 2. So if we played this out, it's 0-1. I win the next point. Now we're over here, and it's 1-all. All right, my opponent's still serving. He wins that point. Now it's 1-2. Now it's my turn to serve again. And again, I'm over here on the add side now. It's 1-2. I serve, we play out the point, I win, it's 2-all. I serve, we play out the point, I win, now it's 3-2, and my opponent has the serve again. And I'm the returner. This will continue to go on. Now, it's 3-2, they're serving. After he serves, we play out that point, let's say he wins. It's 3-all. In a tiebreaker, every multiples of 6, you're going to rotate sides of the court. Okay? So it's 3-3, 3 plus 3 is 6. It could have been 5 plus 1. It could have been 6-0. It could have been 2-4. Anytime you get to a multiple of 6, you rotate sides of the court. And the reason why is because it makes the game fair in a tiebreaker. Because sometimes you have to deal with the sun, you have to deal with the wind, or shades on the court, and it just makes it fair. So now I would have to go to the other side, and we will continue this pattern. He would still have the serve. He would serve out on this deuce, and then I'll be on the other side on the add, now serving. And so this will continue until someone gets to 7, and in a tiebreaker, you still have to win by 2. So a tiebreaker could, in theory, could go to 100-98. It doesn't matter if it's a 7-pointer or a 10-pointer. Now that's how you play your games, your points, your games, your sets, your tiebreakers, and again, that's how you play a match. Best 2 out of 3 sets win. Go out there and practice your sets as much as possible so you can get used to doing all this and getting comfortable and confident calling out your score when you're the server. This should help you when you're out there. Have fun, be confident. See you next time.